Hi everyone, so this is my first ever live chat on YouTube. I'm aware that many of you might not be used to using the live function, but I thought I would pop on anyway, just quickly, just to say hello really, and obviously speak to a few of you if you are online tonight and find out how you're all doing. So yeah, I've got a few little comments there. Bev, hi, and Rose as well. Thank you so much. That's lovely. So, yeah, as I said, obviously I've not done a live before, but I'm just sitting in the living room and I thought I would pop on quite quickly just to see how it all works. Obviously I've not done it before, but what I did do is I got a notification through today from YouTube telling me that it was now much easier to do a live at home on your mobile. So I do have my mobile set up today. So you may notice that the quality is not quite as sharp as usual because we do use an action camera for our normal YouTube videoing. But they've now made it much easier to film and do lives on your mobile. So I thought it'd be really good just to try it all out. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Val, you're doing your first ever SP today. Well, good luck to you, especially with all the chocolate and everything else going about as well. But you can still have sins, obviously, if you're doing an SP day, which is really good. But yeah, SP I did a few weeks ago now, and it was quite expensive, and it did definitely make me think a lot more about what I was eating, and I suppose as well the planning stages of it all about how I was going to make sure that I was eating enough speed food to keep me going, and also making sure that I was eating enough protein. So yeah, I hope you enjoy SP. Please let me know in the comments on, like another video, how you get on with it, and we'll see how things go for you. But I'm wishing you all the best of luck because it's not easy. When you say I'm doing an SP day to someone else who's maybe not doing Slimming World, they might think that you're a little bit mad because they don't understand it. But very much is worth trying, and hopefully you'll get the results that you want from it. Bev, you're saying you've not had a good day today on plan, but you're back on plan tomorrow. Off to the allotment to do some body magic. And you look great and doing so well. Oh, thank you so much. That's lovely. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we've always got to just move on from what we've done. We can't change it. So, if you've maybe had a really good day, you sort of carry yourself through from that. But I think it's harder when you've had a day that's maybe not gone quite to plan, or it's maybe not gone as well as what you would have hoped. And then that can have a knock-on effect for like the next day and the next day. But I think one of the main things, Bev, as I'm sure you'll agree with me, is that you have just got to have a little minute to yourself and just think, right, well, I don't want to carry this on till tomorrow, and I can't carry it on for the rest of the week. So I've got to make a change just now. And then, you wake up afresh and hopefully, just do one meal at a time, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Make sure you're eating plenty of speed food in between. And just congratulate yourself when you get to midday and you've done half of your day, and it's not too bad. So yeah, I'm wishing you the best of luck with that. I hope it all goes well and you do get back on plan tomorrow, as you're saying you will, which I'm sure you will. And again, going to the allotment will be nice for you to get out into the fresh air. I would love an allotment, to be honest. It's always something I've wanted. I've never had a big garden myself, but my gran and granddad always grew their own vegetables and fruit and things in the summer, so it was always really nice to have that. But maybe one day if we move, we might get some sort of allotment or vegetable patch or something like that. But yeah, you'll need to let me know what you grow in your allotment as well. I would love to know what you get from that. And also if you ever sell any of your stuff from your allotment as well. I know some people do that. They have like an honesty box and things. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Rose, so I lost almost 6 stone with Slimming World, kept it off for years, went to calorie counting and put on almost 5 stone of it back on again. Oh, little sad face. So I can't stick to anything, so I'm going back to Slimming World this week. Can't wait. Well, Rose, I think you've got to appreciate how much weight you lost before. You know, losing 6 stone is quite a significant feat. I don't think there are many people in their life that can say they've lost that amount of weight. And so I don't think you should beat yourself up too heavily about that. Weight does go back on though. I've done it myself. I've done it many times, but significantly 3 times where I've lost a significant amount of weight, like we're talking 4 or 5 stone, and then I have put it all back on again. So I'm the same as you. You know, at the end of the day, I think if everyone done the same thing, then it would be boring. And, you know, Slimming World works for some people, it doesn't work for others. And I think you have to find which method works for you best. And if it works for you best, then you know that you're going to have great success with it. And that automatically makes it a lot easier to follow. It gives you a lot of, you know, self-empowerment that you're going to achieve things and you've done well before. So what's different to now? So I think you should be, you know, really proud of yourself for making the break to start again. And I think you do just have to start afresh as if you're a new member. Try not to go back to how or what you did before, because sometimes that can drag us down a little bit as well about, oh, well, I did do this or I didn't do that. So yeah, hopefully that'll help you, and I'm wishing you all the best success with it all. But please feel free at any point, as I've said before, to message me for you know, any support, comment, or you can email me. So the email for the channel is scottishfoodielassie@gmail.com, and obviously I do work, but I will try my very best to get back to you all whenever I have a lunch break or if I'm at home. And yeah, I hope that's helpful. So yeah, my husband is managing some of the comments, so he's just asking if there are any particular video types people would like to see. I know I did a poll earlier on my community post, which quite a few of you have interacted with already, which is fantastic. But I am going to try to leave it up for a full week just to get a really good picture of more of my viewers, more of my subscribers who might want to have a bit of an opportunity to take part in the poll. And it will also give me a better understanding of what people like, what people want, and what you maybe don't want so much of as well. And again, as I said on my community post, it's your channel just as much as it is mine. I make the content for you, and so it has to be relatable and helpful for you. There's no point me just making up videos and thinking and hoping that they're helpful. A lot of the comments that I get are really encouraging. You know, people are always really kind and say that I'm inspirational and it's really helpful. And I cannot tell you how important that is to me. It's such a huge compliment and it makes me want to do more and more. So that's why it's really important to engage you, my community, to find out exactly what you want and how I can make that happen. So it's all about growth. And if it's not about me, you know, sort of progressing and making my life better, then I want to try to be able to help you guys at home as well. And that's the whole point of my channel. So Bev, you've said you're nearly at a 3 stone loss and you have 3 allotment plots. Wow, you must be busy. Lots of speed food. Come in, Rose, you could do this. Come on, Rose, you can do this. Yeah, I've definitely, Rose, you can. And I think you just, you know, it's such a good community for everyone to speak together on this live chat. And I'm seeing that, you know, you are starting to encourage one another as well, which is really lovely. As I said, I hadn't done a live chat before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't know what it would look like, but it's nice to see that your comments are interacting with one another. So it's quite nice that you can do that. I hope that's helpful for you all as well. And Rose, you're glad you're not the only one. You have given me good hope. Also, will be watching you all the way. So yeah, best of luck, Rose. Anything I can do, please do get in touch. And of course, if I do more of these live chats, I'm sure more and more of your fellow subscribers and followers, viewers of my channel will be here to support you just as much as I am, because we are one community at the end of the day. We've all got very similar goals, similar problems, and of course we've all done things often in the past that we maybe wanted to change, and that's why we're here. So we have to just move on and start afresh, and if that's the best thing forward for you, then you have to just go with that. So yeah, well done. And Val, what I liked about you when you had your first gain, unlike me, you didn't let it get to you. You just got right back onto it. So yeah, I mean, like I said on the video at the time when I had my first ever gain, I was actually in disbelief because I really did want to get my award. I went to get my award and obviously that didn't happen. So I was disappointed, and the woman who weighs me at Slim World, who's lovely, she could see I was so disappointed, but I couldn't hide it. But as soon as I left, I went out, I didn't stay to group, I went into the car, and I just sort of sat for a minute. I just thought, ah, you know, I can't let it get me down. I can't let it drag me down, and I cannot let it stop me from progressing forward, because at the end of the day, gaining a little bit of weight now and again is normal as long as we keep it in check and as long as we know why we've gained weight. That week, I still don't know to this day why I gained weight, but I do think that it was perhaps due to the consultant's scales changing. So my consultant was off, and she had an operation on her finger. Actually, I thought it was her hand, but it was her finger. She'd had an operation on, and she was all bandaged up, and she'd been told she couldn't drive. So we did have another consultant come from within the sort of district. It wasn't the local area, but it was within the sort of Summerworld district that my class is within. And the consultant did come over, and obviously everyone's got slightly different scales. No one scale is exactly the same. They're all calibrated and checked differently, and they're all different ages, maybe slightly different makes as well. I'm not sure. But what I did know is that the scales were at the other end of the room to compare to where I normally get weighed. And of course, there were different scales. So that's the only thing I can think about, is that that was what equated to my £1 gain. I was going to say my £1 loss, but it wasn't, it was a gain. And I had to just move on from it really quickly, because I would have been years ago, and probably at the very beginning of my weight loss journey, if I had gained weight, I would have felt so embarrassed, so low, and so useless, to be honest, that I probably would have just given up, or I would have had a complete blowout. So I get it when you guys feel that way, because I feel like that as well. I've done it so many times, but you have to just keep moving on. You can't let yourself go back to these bad habits, because at the end of the day, that's why we're all trying to lose weight, is that we have, perhaps less than positive coping mechanisms, coping strategies in life, and we reach for food, or we have chaotic sort of lifestyles that means that we don't eat healthily, or we don't eat, properly. So then when we do sit down for a proper meal, we overeat. I've done it lots when I used to work night shifts, 12, 14-hour shifts. I wouldn't eat throughout the day, or I wouldn't eat much when I was working night shift. And then I would get home and I would eat loads, because I was so hungry and I felt like I hadn't eaten anything. So then you automatically get into that routine of overeating to compensate for hard work, tiredness, fatigue, low mood. And before you know it, food is your coping mechanism. Food is your coping strategy. And obviously it shouldn't be. It should be something to be enjoyed, and it can be fun, and it can be really sociable. It can be something that we really look forward to, but food shouldn't be the be all and end all. And unfortunately for many people like me, so sure some of you might agree, it does become the be all and end all of your day. So it's like, okay, breakfast, lunch and dinner, snacks, what am I having next? What can I buy? What can I afford? And I think, when you are an adult, who's going to stop you? No one, apart from yourself. And if you don't have your own coping mechanism to stop yourself from overeating, you're not going to. And that's pretty much the bottom line. But yeah, I mean, we all have our own reasons for overeating. We all have our own reasons for eating differently compared to other people. And I'm sure some of you might have asked yourself this in the past, but I used to say, why can they eat everything and be slim and I can't? Because they're not me. It's quite simple. They're not me. They don't have my metabolism. They don't have my DNA. And how do I know what they get up to when they're not eating everything in sight, or what I perceive to be everything in sight? Is it that they're out being really active? Is it that they don't eat very much for the rest of the day? Or is it that they sensibly cut back the next day like we should? And obviously, when you see a snapshot of that, to me or to other people, people can get the wrong idea, and they can get a wrong perception of what they think other people are doing. And so that can also sort of double down on how you're feeling as a person. If you are overeating and you think other people can get away with it, so why can't you? It might then make you feel like you want to eat even more. So these are all challenges that we face every single day. And that's why I'm here, as I said, just to, really hone in on the fact that we're all individuals. We've all got good days and bad days, but at the bottom of the day, the end of the day, the bottom line is that we need to just pick ourselves up from whatever's going on that day and restart. Because I know Slimming World do sometimes get a bit of a, you know, a bad reputation for some of their sort of advice, or some of the sort of parts of the plan. Some people may think it's restrictive. Some people may think it's like a bit of a cult phone there. There are all of these things that come up, and at the end of the day, if you can lose weight and you can sustain your weight loss with Slimming World, and you can mold it into a lifestyle that's sustainable, for you, for your family, and you feel like you're making good progress, then I don't think that Slimming World can be seen as the bad apple. Because certainly lots of people lose a significant amount of weight, like yourselves. You've already told me you've lost a lot of weight already, and certainly I have. And it's about keeping that going forward. And I don't think any diet or plan or you know anything can do that apart from you, because no one wants to be on a diet for the rest of their lives, and that's simple. I think, certainly from my perspective, and I've said to James before as well, that I just have to accept that I am more susceptible to becoming overweight, and overweight easily. And I know that I have an eating problem. And so binge eating for me is something that I'm always going to be mindful of. And I will also need to be mindful of when I feel that that's coming on, or when I feel that things are getting a bit much for me as well. And if that's a trigger, which I have learned it is, then I need to be mindful of doing something else and making it work for me, rather than undoing all of my hard work. So I'm not sure if you guys agree with that, but um, it's certainly something that we need to just work upon and continue to work upon it. I think, everyone can gain weight. We all know that. It's biology. Everyone can gain and lose weight. But at the end of the day, some people may gain 2 stone after the death of a loved one. They lose that 2 stone and they never really gain much weight ever again. But for most of us who have a weight problem, we lose and gain, lose and gain, lose and gain. And, we really need to keep ourselves in check. And if we don't, other people who don't understand are often at the told you you'd put it all back on mindset, or told you Slimming World doesn't work. And actually, that's not the case. It's not the case for Weight Watchers, Slimming World, keto diet, or anything. It's about you as a person, obviously making those sustainable changes, which you can only really dig deep from within yourself. So, yeah, I hope that's helpful. Bev, has James lost weight? James has lost weight. Yep, he has. So James isn't doing Slim World because he's not a Slim World member, but James does eat within his sort of calories that he wants to eat within. He does use MyFitnessPal, and he also has been tracking his protein intake as well. He's been drinking much more, as in the way of fluids, and just being more mindful of his steps. So James has quite an active job as it is anyway, but certainly within the winter months, as you know, it's a bit dull, a bit wet, a bit boring, and not very nice to go out and exercise much. So one of my main things, and one of James's main things as well, is to get back up into getting out for nice walks in the evening. Of course, the lighter nights are coming, hopefully. It's a bit grey and drizzly today here in Scotland at the moment, but yeah, hopefully that's something that you guys will be interested in. From looking at the poll at the moment, quite a lot of you have said that you'd like to see more fitness related content. So I'd be really keen to do that. I do have a few ideas already, and once I know, as I said, I'll keep the poll up for about a week. And after a week, I'll look at the results and I'll share the results with you guys as well. So if I am going to be changing or doing slightly more or less of some of the content that I've been doing already, or something completely different, then you're aware of why I'm making those decisions. And it's because the people have spoken, and the people are definitely you guys at home. So as I said, if you've not already, commented on the poll, or voted on the poll already, then please feel free to do so. I would really appreciate it, and it will give me even more sort of evidence as to what you guys want and how I can make that happen. Now, it might be something that takes a while to sort out. It might be something that I can change quite quickly. But again, as I've said, the whole point of me trying to grow the channel is to make the content even better for every single person that watches it. It's not just about me. As I've said, you guys are the viewers and subscribers, so it's your channel. And I'm here to try to make it as good as I can. John White, hi Denise, just thought I'd pop on to say hi, regards to James. Hi John, nice to meet you, nice to see you, nice to hear from you. So James is sitting over here, over there. He doesn't want to come on camera at the moment, but yeah, he sends his regards to you, and it's lovely that you're still a subscriber to the channel, John. So John has subscribed, has followed my channel, I think since almost the beginning of last year. We started our YouTube channel in February of last year, and John has been an avid follower ever since. And I'm really, really grateful for your support, John, as I am for everyone else's. But it's really nice to see you've popped on tonight, so thank you. And Bev, well done, James. So yeah, James and I are going abroad next week. So next Thursday we're going to Copenhagen, and as I'm sure some of you will know already, most of it is, well, nearly all of it really, is going to be a walking holiday, shall we say. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave home. We're then going to drive through to the airport, park the car, and then our plan is to use public transport thereafter. So of course we're going to fly across to Copenhagen, but we are then going to get the metro, which goes directly from Copenhagen airport right into the town centre, so we don't have to get buses or, you know, transfers or anything. And we have had a wee look on YouTube, because YouTube's really helpful for these things. But we have had a look on YouTube, and it has told us that we can buy like a sort of like travel card, I think. It's probably the best way of describing it. So you can use the bus or the metro or anything else like that whilst you're in Copenhagen. And you can also, you know, use it throughout your whole trip. I think you can select how many days you'd like the pass to be for. So again, that's something we're really keen to do. One of the things that we're going to be doing before we go to Copenhagen though is going to Six by Nico. So we love Six by Nico, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or been. If you haven't, if you're big foodies like James and I would really strongly recommend that you have a look, and if you can at some point, please do go. So Six by Nico is a concept restaurant which was started in Glasgow. So Glasgow's about, I would say, between 20 to 25 minutes drive away from our house, just right into the city centre. So Six by Nico was started by a chef called Nico Simone, and he started off this concept which was 6 courses, and the 6 courses go, basically it's a set menu. So say there's a theme, so the theme that we're going to next week will be the New York theme. So what Nico and his team of chefs do is they actually travel the world. So they'll go to New York, they've been to New York recently, and there's a lot of stuff like that on their social media pages and stuff as well. But what it is it's 6 courses, a themed 6 courses meal, and that basically is small portions, but my goodness, the flavour absolutely packs a punch. You can also get the, there's a wine tasting pairing menu that goes with it. We're not big drinkers, so we've never done the wine tasting, but I think it works out about £35 or £38 per person for 6 courses. And I must admit, as I said, the flavour is incredible. I do have James's phone here, and so this is sort of what we're expecting to have next week. I'll just scroll through this. So as I said, the portions are small, but everything is very much excellent. So there we go. Sorry, I've just showed you another photo of a kitchen on there. Anyway, so what I was going to say is that we're going to there for about, I think it's the back of 12, 1 o'clock before we travel. And so we're hoping that we'll enjoy our meal. We'll then make sure we get ourselves over to the airport. We're aiming to actually go to the airport first and then get the tram into the city centre. We are going to Edinburgh, so Edinburgh Airport, you can get a tram from the airport to the city centre, and it's probably about 25 minutes on the tram, to be honest, from there to the restaurant. The restaurant is almost right next to the tram stop, so it's really, really handy. And then we'll get the tram back to the airport to fly out. But yeah, as I said, we're going to be walking about and exploring, taking on board the lovely local cuisine and local culture. But we will also be doing some videos. So yes, Val, we will be doing videos of our travels. We're really keen to do that. It's not something we've done before, but you know what? Doing this live right now, it's not something I've done before, but I'm happy to give it a try. And there aren't that many videos about Copenhagen on YouTube, actually. We did have a look before we booked and after we booked, and we did only book this as a last minute type thing in January of this year. And the flights were £18 per person each way. So it was incredibly, incredibly cheap. And so we booked the flights first, managed to get Rocco looked after, checked that that was all okay, of course, first. And then we booked our hotel. So really, really excited about staying in Copenhagen. It's very flat. We can also hire bikes. And of course, as I said, we will be walking about as much as we can. And so we will be enjoying the local cuisine in the form of Danish pastries. And there is also a porridge bar type restaurant, which we're really interested about. And I believe the pronunciation is Grod. Is that right?
Could be Grod.
Grod?
There's
Grod.
also the hot dogs.
And there are also hot dogs as well. I don't know if you can hear James in the background, but yeah, there are traditional Copenhagen style hot dogs, and they are bright red. Bright red hot dogs. They actually look like cartoon ones. I don't know if you know the ones I mean. It almost looks like a balloon with the tied ends on it. And we've seen them on YouTube a few times, and every time we see one, it makes me laugh because it looks so good. But I will definitely be trying at least one whilst we're away. Now, we are only away for a few days, but yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. And we're then going on holiday next month to Tenerife. I can say next month now because it's the 1st of April today. So yeah, really exciting. We've got lots of things planned for you guys as well, so you can come along with us on our trip. And I hope that you will enjoy all of our content. So obviously weight loss and lifestyle is a huge part of this channel, but I know that more and more of you want to know a little bit more about me, and you want to see a little bit more about what I do and what I get up to. And so that is a big part of, you know, how I feel like want to progress the channel, is that I want to take you guys along with me for the ride, literally. And I hope that it will be a little bit different for you. And if you haven't been to Copenhagen before, it might be something that you want to consider. We haven't been, but it's always been a wee place in the back of my mind that I'd quite like to go to. Some of the things.
Denmark lately.
What's that?
We keep seeing Denmark lately.
Yeah, that's it.
Everywhere.
So James was just saying, the last few couple of days, so many things have been advertised to us about Denmark. I am not even joking. I don't even know if it's just our phones listening to us, you know how they do that. But yeah, really, really strange. Things that we've bought, things that we've picked up in shops, and it said Denmark on it, manufacturer in Denmark, and you think, I don't think I've ever noticed that before. I don't know if it's just because we're going and we're a little bit more hyper aware about these things, but yeah, it just feels like the universe is telling us that we're going, which is really exciting. But yeah, for Rocco, this is Rocco. So Rocco's currently asleep, but this is my boy. He is just the most beautiful boy, in my opinion. I love him so much. He really is he's just amazing. So Rocco is, I'm getting emotional. Rocco is 9 in July, and he's great. Quite an anxious wee boy at times, but he's a mummy's boy, 100%, isn't he, James?
Yeah, he can also look like this sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes if he's got a little bit of a face on him, sometimes his little face folds in. So obviously with like French bulldogs and bulldogs, they're well renowned for having sort of like goofy faces and like pulling funny faces and things. So I can't remember when we took this photo. In fact, this one was actually last year, and Rocco, I think, was getting like a neck rub or a chest rub or something, but James managed to take a photo of him and he had his little lips were all like turned inside his mouth. It was really funny. So yeah, that's him there. He can also look like that as well. But yeah, he's such a funny boy. He loves everyone. He's such a funny little boy. And like I said, most of the time he's very chilled. He's really playful and he loves going over to get his toys. So if you say to him, Rocco, go get your rope, he'll run over and he'll bring his rope out of his little toy box. And he's got the sort of Nyla bones as well, which are like plastic bones, but they're flavoured apparently. I've never tried one myself, but they do smell like the meat that it's meant to be. So yeah, it's meant to be, I think he's got like a beef one and a bacon one and a chicken one. I think he's got numerous flavours to be honest, but he loves them and he will just go over to his little box, pull them out and just chew away. So he's quite, he's quite happy to just do that, kind of keeping himself content. He doesn't really need too much attention. But yeah, I am due to take him out for a walk soon, so I won't stay on too much longer. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone commenting and I see John, you were saying there that you would love to walk down from Las Cristianos to Las Americas to Costa Adeje every day. So that's again one of the big things we want to do whilst we're in Tenerife, is to do a lot of walking and exploring. And yeah, we'd really, really love to explore. I've been to Tenerife before, but James hasn't. And we do follow a fellow YouTuber called The Scotsman in Tenerife. And his name's Kevin, or Kev, if you want to be informal. He's from Paisley in Scotland, and he's a lovely guy. He's so down to earth. But my goodness, he's got such an amount of knowledge about Tenerife. He also visits lots of other places as well, but he's so relatable and he's really funny. And I just like him because he's from Scotland as well. So I can't, I'm a little bit biased. What can I say? So yeah, I see there, just got comments coming in. The Duchess of Mearns, hello, hi. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I have been on for about 33 minutes now. I was a wee bit scared that nobody would jump on and speak with me, but I'm really happy that you guys have. It means a lot, especially because this is the first, the first live I've ever done on YouTube. So I was half expecting to come on for 5 minutes and nobody come on and speak with me and then leave again, just quietly exit the room. But yeah, I've been on for 33 minutes, so I really appreciate everyone coming on just to say hello and have a wee chat with me. Bev, oh, he's beautiful. He is. He's my beautiful boy, as I call him all the time. That's it. And Bev, no, he doesn't snore, to be honest. So I must admit, with Rocco, he's excellent. So when he loves going out for walks, he's got quite a good face shape. So when I bought Rocco from the breeder, that was in 2015. I spent months researching who I wanted to get my dog from. So I did look into the genetic testing, also looked into all of the genetic sort of scores and markers for like hip issues, breathing problems, familial problems, within the dog's sort of like breeding line, all these other things. And Rocco was great. He was perfect. He's from really good stock. And sorry, I've got an alarm going off my phone and I don't want to cancel the screen, so I've just swiped it up. I hope you're okay with that. But yeah, so Rocco's great. He doesn't have a snoring problem. At times he can have, like all animals, all people, dogs and humans, whatever, you can hear him breathing when he's asleep, but it's a quiet part. It's not like a snort like you would think a lot of bulldogs are like. But like I said with Rocco, he loves going out for walks. He doesn't snort or sort of make any horrible kind of distressing noises or anything like that when he's outside walking. Or I don't take him out in the summer during the hot time of the day, but you wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't do that with any dog anyway. So Rocco in the summer months will always get his walk in the evening when it's much cooler. It's nicer for me, it's nicer for him, it's safer for him, it's also safer for me. If you've watched any of my videos regards my skin, I need to be really careful with my skin and sun exposure. So again, it's really careful, safe for both of us. So yeah, it works out well. And John, you watched A Scotsman in Tenerife as well. That's really, really nice to know. I hope you enjoy him because we think he's great. We think he's really funny, and I think it's just, I don't know, it's just his way, isn't it? It's just the way he speaks, and yeah, just the Glasgow accent. I mean, I studied and lived in Glasgow for years, and so it's nice just to get that little bit of an accent, you know, back, someone that you feels local to you, and therefore more relatable. So it's quite nice. And again, we're going to Tenerife. I did comment, I did message him and said that we're going next month, but he said he's not going to be there. I did offer him to buy him a drink, but he said he wasn't going to be there. So yeah, his loss. We'll just have one for ourselves. And Singer, so hi from north of Ireland, you're doing great, keep it up. So thank you so much, Singer. It's really nice to hear from you tonight. I'm really grateful for you popping on just to say hello, and I hope you're doing well. Are you doing Slimmer World as well? If you aren't, tell me, you know, tell me what you're doing just now in your life. Or if you've got anything exciting coming up, any holidays. Um, and Jude Anderson, don't know whether I should read this out. Yes, Monmouth, Scotland. So yeah, I'm really grateful for you popping on and saying that as well. And yeah, I don't know, are you, Jude, are you a follower of my channel, a subscriber, or have you just come across this live? Please do let me know how you found me tonight. And as I've been saying over the last sort of 10 minutes or so, this is the first live I've ever done on YouTube. But I have had my YouTube channel since last February. And it would just so happen that today YouTube sent me a lovely little notification to let me know that their end, so the YouTube sort of processing end, is now set up to be more user friendly for people who have a mobile phone, and you can use it in portrait mode, which is what I've got it set up as at the moment. As I said earlier, I don't normally use my phone to video or videos for content because we do have an action cam, and it is the DJI Action Cam 4. But I'm using my current iPhone at the moment, so I hope the quality is okay video wise. I do apologise if it's not as good as it usually would be, but this is the easiest setup for me at the moment, so I hope that's all right. And let me see what else is there. Jude, where are you from? So I live in central Scotland. So we live in between Glasgow and Edinburgh. And don't forget the thumbs up, John White. Ireland is a beautiful country. Our dog is a rescue, black and tan. Oh. There we go. Sorry, I'm just looking through how is your Vinted shop going. So Vinted's doing good. I've got a few dresses which are due to arrive soon. I know with the postal service and sort of different carriers and things like that, like Every, Yodel, DPD, etc., a lot of these things probably be slowed down just because of the public holiday weekend. But I did order a few dresses last week, so I'm hoping that they'll arrive maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. And they're mostly for wearing to work, I must admit, but they're nice enough dresses that I would be able to probably wear with trainers, I would say, on holiday. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of see how it goes. But all of my workwear is from Vinted. So all of my tops, my cardigans, I just got some new cardigans and a top last week. And all of my trousers are currently from Vinted as well. So it's saved me literally thousands of pounds. I mean, most pairs of work trousers these days, you could expect to pay between £30 to £50. And that is no understatement. That is how much they cost. And for one pair, tops as well, if you go into Next or M&S, most tops are about £40 or more. And you know, when you work 5 days a week, you don't want to be wearing the same clothes Monday to Friday and then reuse it the next week. You need a little bit of a variety as well. And obviously it's expensive to replace your clothes when you're losing weight, but I keep my clothes in good condition. And so I'm really, really hoping that you know, when I'm done with the clothes that I've bought from Vinted, is I will just put them back up again because they are in really good condition. Some of them already just had tags on them already, so they were actually brand new. Now, most of the clothes that I've got from Vinted have cost me £10 or less. So the cardigan that I got the other day was £3. The top that I got was £3.50, and the other cardigan was £5.50. I've got some dresses coming to me, as I've mentioned, that are, I think, £7 to £10 or so. So yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing prices, and you just can't complain with that. You can't, You couldn't buy something like that from a charity shop. You just couldn't. In this day and age, everything is so much more expensive. Jude just came across you on my recommended, so I subbed and like. Thank you so much. That's lovely. I'm really grateful to have you on board. Thank you so much. Mia McStay. Hey, you're so pretty and I like your accent. Thank you so much. Where are you from? Are you from the UK? Singer, Vinted is great, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. It's fantastic. And I was a little bit dubious about using it. Initially, I was a bit scared about, what I would get, what quality it would be. And I was a little bit worried about the whole sort of transaction process, but you don't know their details. They don't know yours. It's very much all through sort of like Apple Pay. Like I've got an iPhone. So it's very much all through your account, and Vinted deal with it on your behalf. So it is really, really good. So yeah.
We did have a funny problem with one
Yeah.
order and the lady's solution.
Yeah, so James was just reminding me there that I did have a significant issue, which I did, and I nearly forgot about it. How could I forget? So yeah, I ordered a pair of secondhand, obviously, Gymshark. Oh no, sorry, they were Under Armour trainers, and they were just plain black ones, and they were absolutely fine. And looked really good in the photos and the description. Everything was correct. And I ordered them a size 7. So I'm normally anything between a 6 and a 7 in a shoe. But because they were for going to the gym, I wanted to make sure that they weren't going to be too restrictive, especially for like going on the cross trainer. Sometimes your feet and toes can get a wee bit uncomfortable in shoes if they're a bit too tight. So I thought I'll get the 7 because I tried them on in Sports Direct, and I wanted just to see if I could get a sort of cheaper pair just to get me going at the gym. So anyway, I ordered these. They were looked in really good condition. They arrived very quickly, very promptly. So no problems. However, the woman sent me a size 8. Was it an 8 or an 8.5? Was it a size 8, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a size 8. So she sent me size 8 trainers, which there was no way they were going to be fitting me because I'm generally a size 6.5 most of the time. It depends on the style and the make of the shoe. So anyway, I went and messaged her back about it, and I said that, you've sent me the wrong size. They were meant to be a size 7, and you sent me a size 8. And she turned around and told me just to wear 2 pairs of socks with them. And obviously I wasn't going to be doing that. They were huge. They were honestly huge. So much so I felt like I was wearing clown shoes. And that's no detriment to anybody who's a size 8. I've worn size 8 shoes because my feet have been bigger. But yeah, I'm currently wearing a size 6.5 to a 7 most of the time. And so I tried to return them, and she was being really quite difficult about returning them. So I had to go through Vinted. They sorted it all out for me basically. So she had told me I had to pay for the refund, but they made her pay for the refund because obviously she sold an item that was incorrectly listed. And obviously I wasn't going to be wearing them. So just to be looking out for these things, guys. Vinted was great at getting back to me and helping me sort of sort it out. But that was really the only thing that's been a bit off, I would say, about Vinted. But we did have a bit of a laugh about it afterwards, but at the time it was quite stressful, just trying to get it all organised. But hey, that's just one of these things, that's life. Jamie Ravioli, do you wear toe rings? No, I do not. Do you? Danius86, I love Scotland. Me too. I've lived here all my life. I have moved around a bit within Scotland, so my accent might not be what you expect it to be. You may think it sounds like I come from here or there or whatever, but I do live in central Scotland, so yeah. I work with a variety of different people as well, so sometimes you can also pick up accents as well. Jude, you're from Irvine. Great. Yeah, I've never been, but I know where it is. But yeah, I have had a few people comment before to tell me they're from sort of more over the West Coast side, which is lovely. And it's nice to have you on board, so thank you so much for sharing that with me. Anne-Marie, you're from rainy Lanarkshire, so yeah, not too far away from us in central Scotland at the moment. I sort of live in the Stirlingshire area. So yeah, it's nice to hear from some of you guys, because obviously when it's just the username, I don't know where you're from, if you're following me because I'm from Scotland, or you follow me for the content, or a mix of both. So it's really nice to know that you're quite local, and hopefully that's helpful for you guys as well as I move forward if I'm visiting any of the sort of local areas round about us. The gaming nerd, hello, hi, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. YT_Phoenix, hello, hi, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sending me a little comment just to say that you're there. And a huge hello. If you're not already a subscriber, then thank you. If you are subscribing, and if you're not, then you might want to consider. So please do. Thank you so much. The gaming nerd. I'm from Derby and I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. Lovely. Lovely. Is it a friend or family member? I hope the weather's nice in Derby because it's not very nice up here at the moment. It's quite grey. It's been rather cloudy, but tonight it's chucking it down with rain at the moment actually, so it's not ideal. Anne-Marie, you are doing great on Some World. Thank you so much. I'm sure you are too. Jamie, again. Valhalla. Irvin was my maiden name. I knew there was a place in Scotland called it. That's nice. Greetings from London. Hi. James and I have been to London. I've only been once. James been a few times. He's been down for work quite a lot as well. But we did go to London for my 30th birthday and we stayed in the Gyle Hotel, which I would highly recommend to anyone who's not been already. But it is a boutique hotel and it's right across from King's Cross train station. So we would love to go back, wouldn't we? Love to go back. We went for my 30th birthday, which is coming up for 3 years ago. But yeah, London isn't cheap, but we don't want to do it cheap. Well, we don't want to do it cheaply. We'd rather save up a bit and go and do a lot of things when we're down there, which is why we're just kind of holding off a little bit. But obviously I'm going to Tenerife next month, which is for our second wedding anniversary. And obviously we're going to Copenhagen next week, which was a little last minute sort of deal thing that we booked at the beginning of the year. So yeah, really looking forward to that. But if we are ever down in London again, then I'm sure we'll be taking our YouTube channel with us this time round. Because 3 years ago we didn't have a YouTube channel. So yeah, obviously things have changed a lot. We weren't married at that point. We didn't have a YouTube channel, and I do see I have had a few subscribers join me tonight. I'm not sure if it's from directly this live, but I just want to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you who are watching me live just now, who are viewing my content, and of course who are subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. I am just a normal person trying to better myself and trying to help others, and if that means that, you know, it's relatable to you and it's helpful for you, then I'm doing what I want to achieve, and that's a really, really nice feeling for me. So thank you. Mia McStay, you're from Northern Ireland. Lovely. I've been to Ireland a few times. My family history, after my dad died in 2016, I did a DNA ancestry test and it came back to say that I was 50% Irish, which doesn't surprise me because I am Scottish. But at the same time, my dad's mum's parents were Irish. They're actually from the Donegal area. So it's the Inishowen Peninsula, I believe. I've never been over there to that part myself. But again, James and I do love to travel, and so we're really keen to go and explore more of the Irish coast and, you know, the culture. So yeah, thank you so much, Mia. That's lovely. There we go. Jude Anderson, what team do you support? Well, I don't support a team, but if my husband's looking at me, I'll say Leeds, because he supports Leeds and he's from Leeds, so I better say that. But yeah, I do have a Leeds top, which James bought me, but I think it probably maybe would fit me now.
Yeah, it would.
It would probably fit me now, to be honest, but it hasn't fitted me, which is why I've not worn it. But yeah, I'm not a person to be going about wearing football tops, but at the same time, it's nice to know that I've got one, because James and Logan have got a huge number of different football tops. So yeah, I'm part of the team. It makes me feel like I am part of the team anyway, whether I am or not. I don't know. Yeah, James was just saying he stayed at the hotel called Galgorm in Northern Ireland a few years ago. We would love to go there. We did look at the pricing for it and it was completely out with our budget at the time of when we were looking at it. But that's not to say that we might not consider it at another time. Maybe perhaps next year, maybe something like that. We are trying to move home in the next year or two if we can. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of you know the economy's not been great. And although we've got good jobs, like most people, they just can't afford to move, and it just doesn't make financial sense for us to move. We're happy where we live and it's a safe, very nice area. And so the only reason we would be moving would be to get a slightly bigger house, because we live in a flat at the moment. I've lived in this flat since 2017, and James, obviously within all of that, has moved in with me. We've got engaged, got married, And of course, we now live here together, which is lovely. But it would be nice just to have an extra bedroom and a garden, of course, as well, which would be lovely. But again, we're happy with where we are. We just need to make sure it's the right time for us for when we do change and do decide to move house. So it's something that we just need to do, like everyone else right now, is just kind of muddle through it all. So Singer, you've said you're 3 stone down, but it's not easy. You're still battering on. Do you know what? 3 stone, that is fantastic. You should be so proud of yourself. You should be so proud of your achievements. That is a significant amount of weight. And as I said earlier, a lot of people might never need to lose 3 stone. So, you know, losing 3 stone is a significant loss. My stepson Logan is nearly 5.5, and he weighs 3 stone. So if you think about it, you've lost a whole Logan from your body. Now, not sure if you know any young children, but they don't look heavy, but they're incredibly dense and you can't hold them up for long. So if you think about carrying a child, a toddler, a young child, a preschooler or whatever on your back or on your front every single day for life, that's how much you know. That's when you know you've lost a lot of weight. So I've nearly lost 2 Logans, and I can assure you I couldn't carry 2 Logans around with me for very long. And that's when it becomes quite real, when you see the difference in what you have taken off of your body, from regards to strain on your heart, your joints, your muscles, and just day-to-day activities. So please, keep going, and I'm sure that you will achieve your overall goals. I'm really proud of what you've done so far, as I am proud of all of you guys who are all on your own weight loss journeys. It's fantastic just to see you all talking with one another, and I'm really pleased this live chat's gone as well as it has. So Singer, Galgum Spa, yeah, it was a Galgum Spa which James went to. He went, when was it, which year?
It was for Caitlin's 15, 16.
2015-16 James went, so it was for his daughter Caitlin. She was 9 at the time. Caitlin's going to be 15 in July. So yeah, obviously it was quite a wee while ago, but James really loved it, and we did look at going, obviously, as I said, but it was just totally out of our budget. And like everything, the prices of everything has gone up. So an expensive place is now a very expensive place. A very expensive place is now almost, or is, unaffordable. So yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's tough for all of us, but I think it's something for us to work towards, put it that way. And of course, if I do manage to go to Galgum Spa, you can bet that we'll take our YouTube channel with us, because I know a lot of you would really love to see that, and I would love to go myself. So yeah, I'm sure you guys would like to see as well. Jan Parry, hi. Huge hi to you, Jan. I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure if you're already a subscriber or a viewer of my channel, but I really do appreciate you coming on to say hello today. Singer, you're saying you're not very far from it. It's stunning, isn't it? So yeah, if we ever go, please feel free to pop along and say hello. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet some fellow YouTubers as well. If any of you have your own little channels going on, please let me know if you do, and I'd be more than happy to give you a little follow or subscribe. I know how hard it is, to progress and grow your channel. So it really is an effort.
That's a good question.
And let's see here, Emma. Hello, hi Emma. Lovely to see you tonight. Thank you so much for coming on. Val's from Liverpool. I've been to Liverpool a few times for work. It's lovely. Bev, you're from Wiltshire. I've never been to Wiltshire, but you should definitely visit Scotland. And Jan, so you've said you're dreading weigh-in on Wednesday. Have you been to Barcelona, a weekend away in a caravan with family, but you had a great time, and the line is drawn this morning. You're looking amazing, Denise. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. I'm pleased to hear that you've been away and you've had a fantastic time, because that's what it's all about. Life's too short not to enjoy yourself. And at the end of the day, the whole point of us wanting to feel better is to enjoy ourselves more. Is that not right? So if you've been away and you've had a good time, then so be it. Move on from it, as you're saying you're going to do. And I wish you all the best of luck with that. So Vinted experience has been great until yesterday. A guy asked me to try on shoes as he wanted to see them on. I did. He blocked me, so God knows where my hoofs will end up. Wow. Okay, I can only imagine. But yeah, you've made someone happy. That's all we can say. Isla's live. Hi, I love your accent. I'm subscribing. Thanks, Isla. That's lovely. Thank you so much. Tracker. Thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate it. Thank you for coming along. And hi to Lily. Brenda, I'm really appreciative of you popping on tonight. I really appreciate you sending me a little comment to say you're there. Go sub to Jarvey. Hello, hi. And Mia, I subscribed for you to keep achieving your goals. So thank you so much for your support, guys. I really do appreciate it. Jellero, Jazz Lover, and Bestie, one. Hi from Jamaica. Oh my goodness. Hi. I would love to visit Jamaica one day. So thank you so much for all of that. John, your family is from Donegal as well. Got a few hellos in there. Thank you so much, Kelly. Al, hello. Ryan Green, have you tried the new flavours of Iron Brew? No, actually I haven't, but I was in Morrison's the other day and I did see that it was on offer in Aldi, but I've unfortunately not been able to go to Aldi yet. But I did see the flavours, although I did think they were a little bit expensive. So I'm going to hopefully see if I can try some this weekend, but the flavours did look great. I think it was raspberry ripple and blueberry. Was it blueberry, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, raspberry ripple and blueberry. Bars did used to do, so bars that make Iron Brew used to make a raspberry ripple drink in a glass bottle maybe 10, 12 years ago. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but it was delicious. It was really good. And it was part of their vintage sort of recipes products. And then it disappeared. They stopped selling it. They did used to also do it. It was like a cream soda with raspberry or something like that. But it was delicious. So I'm hoping that this one will just be as good. The other Iron Blue flavours are lovely as well. I've tried all of them so far and I've really liked them. So yeah, Iron Brew Extra is my favourite though. And a glass bottle. So Shakira Hurst, I think that means hi. So hi Shakira, lovely to see you. Kelly, I am 32 at the moment. I'm 33 in September. Dog Lover, hello, hi, lovely to see you. Thanks for joining me. Mel, hi, hi Mel. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Brenda, you inspire so many of us, and now I am a mini moon addict. I love you guys. Yeah, the little moons are fantastic. There are so many flavours, but of course, you do get a small amount within your, your little moon of ice cream. It's a small little thing, but it is enjoyable, and one a night doesn't feel too bad. But as I've said in my previous videos, I would only buy them when they were on offer. I wouldn't buy them at full price because they are really expensive. And even at that, and I enjoy them, I wouldn't buy them at full price. So yeah, Aldi, Lidl's, Tesco, Morrison's. I think most shops do their own versions as well, so it might be worth giving them a try. Dog Lover, you love my accent, so that's lovely. Thank you so much. What time? I love your accent. How old are you? Love your accent. How old are you? So I've said I'm 32 years old. 4 on pause. Hi, Andrew. Wee Ben. Don't know what that is. Singer, that's a good way of looking at things. Galgorm Spa is like a one night treat, it's very expensive. Brenda, you're feeling like you've hit a wall. What can I do to kickstart again? My advice to you would be to plan one meal at a time, every day. So start off with what you think you really want to enjoy for breakfast. See how it goes. Make sure you've got a well-stocked fridge and sort of store cupboard staples that you can make really healthy meals with. And exercise, break up your day with small walks as well, so that will also help your appetite, and it'll help you keep motivated because you don't want to go and ruin all of your hard work after you've just been for a nice walk. That would be my advice. Brenda, are you planning on any children? We're not, no. So James has a 15-year-old nearly, and James also has a 5 and a bit year old. So we're not really in a position to do anything like that at the moment. And again, we live in a flat. Financially, again, as I've mentioned, we're just not in that position at the moment. So that's kind of where we're at. Gasha Autumn, name a car for an edit. I'm not really sure. Any ideas?
Pagani Zonda.
Sorry?
Pagani Zonda.
Pagani Zonda, James is saying. No idea. Shirley B, I need £5 to get back with my target range, loving your videos. Oh well, Shirley, I am sure that you will get back onto that, no problem at all. And £5 is not much. It really isn't. You can do that within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or you can do it over a month if you want to take a slightly longer route. but to know that you'll be doing that within a month or so is excellent, and I'm hoping that will be really good motivation for you. I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. I really do love making these videos for you guys, and as I said, this is my first ever live on YouTube, so I'm really happy that so many of you have been able to come along tonight. I am going to need to cut this short very soon because my phone battery hasn't got much battery left. It's given me a notification at the top of the screen. But yeah, I will just sort of quickly go through any comments. So chicken noodle soup, hi chicken noodle soup, I love chicken noodle soup. Jack Burden official, show your Scottish feet. Didn't realise YouTube was for showing feet, but hey, maybe you're on the wrong platform. Maybe you need to go somewhere else. There we go. You are hot. Yeah, it's pretty hot in this room actually. Quite flushed. Jiggle Squad. I ask you something, please? You can ask something. Yep. Bev, Brenda, a food diary helped me get off the plateau. Yep, you're right, Bev. That's really good advice. Food diaries from the Duchess of Mearns is also excellent. Excellent advice as well. And Sophie, I presume that's a laugh. Come on my channel, you'll get an honest answer. You're so pretty, wrong platform, tell them to go to Vinted for feet. You know, I was just thinking that, you just mentioned that someone asked you about feet. I wonder if your shoes with, you know, your feet in them, wonder if that's the same guy. Who knows? Maybe there are many of them who follow women and ask about their feet. But yeah, that's a story for another day, I think. But what I'm going to do just now, guys, is I'm going to end things here. There's no new comments coming through, and my phone, as I said, has very little battery left. So I will leave it for now. I really do appreciate everyone coming along to join me. This is my first ever YouTube live, and it's been fantastic. I've been live for 62.5 minutes at the moment, and it's been fantastic, 62.5 minutes. I'm really grateful for all of you giving me the support. And I will just take this opportunity to thank all of you who are watching right now. There are 27 of you, and that's fantastic. It's gone up and down a bit. But as I said, every single one of you are the people that matter. You are the people who subscribe to my channel, you view it, and you have influence over what content I make. So please do fill in the community post if you haven't done already. Always comment on my videos, give me any suggestions or feedback or advice, anything, if you have any questions. And of course, if you have anything that you would like me to do more of, or do less of, or do slightly differently, then it may be that some of these things can be done quite quickly. Otherwise, it may take a wee while longer. But I am trying to make this as best a channel as I can. So I can only, you know, do my very best. I do work full time. I am a full-time wife. I'm also a full-time stepmom. I'm also a full-time dog mum, and I have other responsibilities over and above all of that as well, with studying, and I'm always trying to progress as well. So yeah, I do have a very busy life, but I'm appreciative that many of you at home do as well. So I do try to give them it all. I know you guys are really patient, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me over the last while, whilst I've been doing my YouTube sort of journey at the same time as my weight loss journey. It hasn't been easy at times, but I really do appreciate everyone for their kindness and support. John, well done, Denise and James, all the best. Thank you so much. And Mia, thank you so much for coming. I'm really glad you loved the live. Gabrielle Cohe, you're pretty. Can you please say thank you? Thank you. Brenda, thank you for all of the advice. Gabrielle, hope all the best. Shirley B, thank you. I will let you know how I get on. Great live chat. Kai Clips, Mon Scotland, and yeah, I think that's it, guys. We'll leave it there. We're on 64.5 minutes. I am so grateful for every single one of you. I hope you have all had a great Easter, and I hope you all have a great week. So I will catch you in the next video. So please do take care, and I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.